All right, welcome everybody to Tiger Stadium. It's October 5th, 1968, and we are playing the World Series between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Detroit Tigers. It is game 3, and the Cards lead it, lead the series 2 games to none, but we are back in Detroit, so hopefully the crowd will inspire the Tigers to get a victory today. All right, so let's get started. It's going to be Earl Wilson pitching for the Tigers and Washburn pitching for the Cardinals. It's going to be Brock in left and Flood in center, Maris in right, Cepeda at first, batting fourth, batting fifth, the catcher McCarver batting sixth, the third baseman Shannon batting seventh, the second baseman Javier batting eighth, the shortstop Maxville, and batting ninth, the pitcher Washburn. Here goes. It's going to be Brock, and it's a 3-6. A 3-6 is going to be a strikeout. So one away. A 2-8. It's a ground ball at the third baseman, Wirt. Wirt over to first, 2 down, and Roger Maris. 3-6. Line drive, base hit for Maris, who is on at first with 2 outs. Cepeda, a 4-4. It's going to be hard hit ground ball up the middle, and that goes into center field for a base hit. Over to second. Maris is going to stop at second with 2 out, and it's going to be Tim McCarver. So Cepeda singles. Hard hit ground ball up the middle. We have first and second, and it's McCarver. And it's a 5-7. 5-7. It's a strike 3 call. So 2 hits, 2 left on, no runs. We go to the bottom of the first. It's going to be Washburn pitching to Dick McAuliffe, second baseman for the Tigers. And that's a 6-8. And that's going to be a line drive to left, base hit. McAuliffe on at first. Mickey Stanley playing shortstop today. 4-10. It's a split die and swung on. It's going to be 2 RBIs for Stanley, and it's going to be Al Kaline. 2-0 Detroit. 3-6. And this will be a strikeout. Norm Cash. 1-9. Ground ball to the second baseman, Javier. Over to first. 2 away. And Willie Horton. That's 2-5. We line drive, base hit. And Horton's on with a single with 2 outs. And it's Jim Northrup, the center fielder. And it's a 4-6. Ground ball, shortstop, X. Maxville is a 2. So we're going to look at that. The decider die is a 20. And that's going to be a 6-4. Force out. But the Tigers pick up 2. We'll go to the top of the second. It's going to be Mike Shannon. Mike Shannon for the Cardinals batted 266, 29 doubles, 2 triples, 15 home runs in 1968. He was their everyday third baseman. His fielding improved from 1967 when he was rated a 4. In 68, he's rated a 2 by Stratomatic. And that's a strike 3, third strikeout for Earl Wilson. Javier, the second baseman, that's a 2-8. It's a pop-up to the left side. Wirt puts it away, 2 away, and it's Dal Maxwell. And it's a 5-6, a 5-6. It's going to be a strikeout. So Wilson has 4 strikeouts. Go to the bottom of the second. 2-0 Detroit. Let's get Bill Freehan. He's going to lead it off for the Tigers. And it's a 2-11. 2-11 is a ground ball to the third baseman, Shannon. 1 away. Don Wirt. 2-10. Back to the pitcher. Over to first, 2 away. Now I got an earful from a spectator, a watcher, if you will, for letting Wirt bat in the 9th inning, I believe it was, in that first game when Detroit lost it 2-1. And you know, with 20 cards on the set, I don't have a lot of extra ball players, a lot of bench players, so that's one explanation. And also, I just don't know the players, and that's another thing. Okay, so with 2 out, it's going to be the pitcher, and it's going to be Earl Wilson. Earl Wilson is a 4 hitter, so I had to pull out the 4. It's a newer card, and it's going to be a 5, doesn't come into play. It's a 5 off Washburn, 5-4. It's a ground ball, third base. Shannon is a 2, so we're going to look and see what that is. It's a 16. It's going to be a out 5-3. And we go to the top of the third. 2-0 Detroit. And leading it off for the Cardinals is going to be the pitcher. And that's going to be Washburn, who's a 1 batter. So we use the pitcher's hitting card number 1. And it's a 6-11. It's a fly ball left field X. Horton is a 4 in left field. See what that turns out to be. And that's a 5 on 4, and that's going to be an out. So Horton does make the catch on Washburn. And we go to Lou Brock with 1 out. And it's a 3-11. It's going to be a walk, ball 4 to Brock, and he's always a threat to steal. And there he goes. Brock is stealing. He is a double-A, and that's 1-17. That's a stolen base for Brock. So Brock is on at second with 1 out, and it's Curt Flood. And it's a 3-7. 3-7. We have base hit. Single. And Brock is going to try to come around to score, and he does easily. That's an RBI for Flood. So with 1 out, Brock walks, steals second. Flood comes up, singles him home. It's Roger Maris. It's 2-1 now. Roger Maris, 6'5". 1-19 single. Line drive, base hit. And Flood stops at second. You know what? We are going to... Oh, yeah, it's 1 base. 1 base advance only. Okay. And Cepeda, first and second with 1 out. And it's a 2-9. A 2-9 is a strikeout. 5th strikeout for Earl Wilson. Earl Wilson, 113, lost 12 with a 2.85 ERA. McCarver, a 1-8. That ball, line drive, caught by the second baseman, McAuliffe. Nice catch. And Shannon with 2 out. And it's 6-5. 1-19 single. It's a base hit, and the bases are loaded. It's 1-star single. So Shannon lines a base hit. And it's Javier with the bases loaded. Bases loaded and 2 out. Score 2-1, Detroit. And it's a 4-4. And that ball is a base hit up the middle. And around to score comes Flood, making it 2-2. And it looks like they're going to wave Cepeda home. I'm sorry, they're going to wave Maris home. And Maris is a 14-16 with 2 outs, so he's going to score. It's a 2-run single. I don't know that Maris could score because I believe he was on first base. So yeah, Maris cannot score. He was on first base, but he's going to go to third. So Maris goes to third. And that's a 1-run single with 2 outs. Clutch by Shannon. Javier. And it's going to be Javier is batting now. That was a 4. That was off the pitcher's card. Okay, so Javier, it's 2-2 now. Javier's the batter. Got to slow down a little bit. And it's 4-9. And that's a split column, line drive, base hit for Javier. And that's going to score Maris. To third goes Shannon. Javier's on at first with an RBI single. And there's action in the Detroit bullpen. The Cardinals now lead at 3-2. And it's Maxville. That's going to be a 2-2. That's a pop-up behind the plate. And that's going to be Freehan. He gets to it. And that's the third out. But the Cardinals, on 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 singles and a walk, score 3 runs and now lead it by a score of 3-2 going to the bottom of the third. It's going to be Dick McAuliffe, the second baseman. So 110. It's a high fly to the right side. And the second baseman, Javier, puts it away. It's a 2-7 ground ball, third base. 2 away. And Al Kaline. 5-6. Pop up. Left side. Shannon. 3 up, 3 down. We go to top of the fourth. 3-2 Cardinals. It's going to be the pitcher, Washburn. And Washburn is a 1 hitter, so we're going to get the pitcher hitting card 1. See if it's off his card. Earl Wilson's still in there. And it's 4-4. That's going to be a single. Washburn singles. And it's Lou Brock. Lou Brock is 0 for 1. He walked, stole a base, scored a run. And it's 5-6. And it's a strikeout. Strikes out Brock. That's his 6th strikeout of the game. Kurt Flood, who singled home a run and scored. in that second inning, in that third inning, excuse me. It's a 3-run third inning for the Cardinals. It put them up by 1. 4-3. It's going to be a ground ball. Pitcher X. Pitcher is 3. It's a 1. Single. And that's going to advance Washburn to third base, first and third now. So Flood gets his second hit. It's going to be Roger Maris, first and third. It's going to be 3-8. 3-8. It's going to be a walk. And that looks like it's going to be all. It's going to load the bases. And out comes the manager. And it looks like there's going to be a new Detroit pitcher. It's going to be Joe Sparma. Joe Sparma is going to come in with 1 out and bases loaded here in the top of the 4th inning. Try to stop this from getting any worse. So Sparma's coming out. Sparma was 10-10, 3.71 ERA, 182 innings pitched. All right. And we're going to move Earl Wilson, put him away. And it's going to be Orlando, it's going to be Orlando Cepeda with the bases loaded and 1 out. 1-10. It's a pop-up to the right side. McAuliffe, 2-away. Base is still loaded. It's going to be Tim McCarver now, who's 0 for 2. Struck out and lined out. Let's say 1-10. Again, it's a pop-up to the right side. And it's a second baseman. And 3 men left on base, 2 hits, a walk. And after 3.5, it's 3-2 Cardinals. Norm Cash against Ray Washburn. 5-10. Fly ball center field X. Center fielder Flood, I believe he's a 2. He's a 1. And that's in a 17. And that's a ball he gets to easily. So Cash flies out to center, 1 away. It's Willie Horton. Horton is 1 for 1 with a single. It's a 3-11. 3-11 is a walk. That's ball 4. Northrup, 1-7. It's going to be a split. That ball swung on, hit way back into left field. There's no chance of anybody getting that one. It's a 2-run home run. And the Tigers regain the lead, 4-3. Two-run home run by Northrup, who did have power during the season, hit 21 home runs, 29 doubles, 7 triples. About a 264. He was their everyday center fielder. And it's going to be, with 1 out here, it's going to be Freehan, who's 0 for 1, 6-8. That's going to be a single. So 3 consecutive batters have reached base. It's going to be Wirt, 3-8. And that ball is hit way back to left field. And back goes the left fielder to the track. Brock is at the fence and makes the... Let's see if we can pull that up. All right, it's fun to lift this stuff. All right, so 2 away in the bottom of the 4th. 4-3 Tigers. And it's a 3 cock dice and 7. 3-7. 3-7 is going to be a strikeout. So actually Wilson was pulled, and that's Sparma batting. Let's see what Sparma was here. Sparma was a 1, so he's going to... glad we caught that in time. 3-7. It's going to be a ground ball to second baseman. 4-3. And that's all she wrote for the bottom of the fourth. But the Tigers come up with 2 big runs, and they now lead it 4-3. Seesaw battle. It's going to be Sparma pitching to Shannon. Say 6-8. 6-8 is a fly ball. And that's Northrup. Javier. 6-3, fly ball to right field. The right fielder, K-Line. K-Line is a 1. And that's a 12. Outfield 112. Easy catch for K-Line in right, 2-away. It's going to be Maxville. Maxville's 0 for 2, struck out and fouled out to the catcher. 6-9. That's a fly ball to left. Easy one for Horton. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 4-2, Tigers. It's going to be Dick McAuliffe. No, it's going to be the pitcher. No, the pitcher made out. So it's going to be Dick McAuliffe, the top of the order, against Washburn. 6-6-6, 6-6-6, 6-12. This will be a ground ball back to Washburn, who flips it easily to Cepeda, 1 away. And Stanley homered in the first inning and grounded out. He's 1 for 2 on the day. And it's 5-7. And it's ground ball to the second baseman, X. Second baseman's a 2. So 14. It's an easy grounder. He handles and throws over to first. 2 away. K-Line. And it's 1-8. 1-8. It's going to be a ground ball right at the shortstop, Maxville. And it's 3 up, 3 down. In the bottom of the 5th, go to the top of the 6th. 4-3, Detroit. Joe Sparma still in there. Lou Brock. It's 1-5. Fly ball. Actually, it's the pitcher who's up. Sparma's a 1, and it's a 1-5. And pitcher hitting card 4, that's no good. Put that away. Pitcher hitting card 1, and that's a strikeout. So Washburn is also a 1, and he strikes out. Gotta get these players straight. Learning these players on these teams that I'm really unfamiliar with. Okay, so, and that will be Sparma's first strikeout. That's Lou Brock. Lou Brock is 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts and a walk. Stole a base and scored a run. 6-7. 6-7, and that's strike 3. Third time Brock has struck out. Second consecutive strikeout for Sparma, and it's Flood. It's 1-9. Pop 6. And that's the end of 6. At the end of the top of the 6th, we go to the bottom of the 6th. Washburn's still in there for the Cardinals. He's retired 1, 2, 5 in a row. This would be Norm Cash. Cash is 0 for 2 on the day. And it's a 5-12. 5-12 is a ground ball to the first baseman, Cepeda. Cepeda takes it himself. 1 away. Willie Horton. Horton is 0 for 1. Walked, scored a run, and singled. It's a 1-6. A 1-6 is going to be a line drive base hit for Horton, and he's on with his second single of the day. 1 away here. There's action in the Cardinal bullpen. And it's a 6-7, 6-7. It's going to be a split die, but we don't know what it is because it fell off the... It's going to be a 1. That's a line drive. It's a base hit, and Horton goes over to second. Looks like the manager's going to go out to the mound and have a chat with Washburn. It's a one-run game right here, and they want to keep it at that. Okay, so they're going to leave him in for another batter freehand against Washburn. And it's a 4-7. A 4-7 is a strikeout. And that's his second strikeout of the game. And it's Don Wirt, the bottom of the sixth. And it's a 6-7. A 6-7 is going to be a line drive caught by the shortstop. Beautiful catch by the shortstop, Maxville. And that saved a run for sure. But the Tigers leave 2 on in the bottom of the sixth, and it's 4-3 Tigers. Go to the top of the seventh. It's be Roger Maris against Sparma, who's still in there. Maris is he's actually 2 for 2 with a walk. He scored a run. And it's 6-6, 6-6, and that's a fly ball left field. Left fielder Horton, 1 away. Cepeda. And it's a 6-9. A 6-9. And that's a fly ball left field. Early one, I just looked at the earlier one. It was actually a pop to the third baseman, so I'm going to fix that. I was looking at the wrong card. So it's a pop to the third baseman. So that's 2 away, and it's going to be Tim McCarver against Sparma. And it's 4-6, 4-6. This will be a split die. It's a line drive, base hit. Goes for a single from McCarver. He rounds first with 2 outs. He's on at first. So that's a tying run right now. And Mike Shannon, the batter. Mike Shannon, 29 doubles, 2 triples, 15 home runs with a 266 average in 68. That's a 4-7. A 4-7 is going to be a split die. And Shannon gets a hold of that one. And that one is lifted way back. And it's gone. Home run. Shannon, 2-run home run. And it puts the Cardinals back up in this seesaw battle by a score of 5-4. Whoa. All right. And it's going to be Javier. 1-9. It's going to be a line drive base hit for Javier, who is 2 for 4 now, and that will be all for Sparma. So Sparma will be replaced, and it's going to be a double switch. A double switch. I'm going to bring, don't know, let me see. Oh, Tom Magic. Magic is going to come in, and Magic is going to play third. He's a 4 third baseman. Well, he's going to play third for us, and he is a 4 third baseman. And word is coming out. And Patterson, or Pat, if you will fill that spot. And hey there, how are you, man? Strat, Delaware. I love that. Love Delaware. Been through there many, many times. Used to go from Florida to New York all the time driving. Christmas time, summertime with the kids. It was great. And, okay, so we have Patterson, Darrell Patterson, learning these players, man, learning these players. That's the exciting part for me about learning these players, learning the history, reading up on them, learning the lineups, watching the games. So the Cardinals score 2 big runs here in the 7th inning, and they take the lead 5-4. It's been a seesaw battle. Great game so far. It's going to be Maxville against Patterson. There's a runner on first. Javier's on first. Sounds good. Love the jokes. Keep them coming. All right. 6-8. It's going to be off Patterson. So 6-8. It's going to be a split. It's going to be a line drive caught by the shortstop. Nice catch by the shortstop, Stanley. And that's all she wrote in the top of the 7th, but the damage has been done. St. Louis scores 2 on 1, 2, 3 hits, and they take the lead 5-4. So Washburn's still in there for the Cards. They have the lead now, and it's going to be Magic. That's a 111. See what happens here. A 111 is a pop out to the second baseman. Javier puts it away. It's back to the top of the lineup. McAuliffe is 1 for 3, singled and scored a run. And that's a 3-7. A 3-7 is a fly ball. And that's going to be Maris. 2 away. And Mickey Stanley. Mickey Stanley is a utility kind of guy. He plays center field. He's actually a great center fielder here on this card. He's a 1. He's a 4 shortstop, and that's where he's playing today. And he plays first base. He's a pretty good first baseman as well. Interesting card. And it's a 3-8. 3-8 is going to be a line drive base hit. And Stanley is on at first with 2 out. It's going to be Al Kaline, who's 0 for 3 on the day. And Washburn's still hanging in there. See what happens. It's a 4-5. A 4-5 is a ground ball right at the second baseman. Javier, he handles it easily. And that's it for the bottom of the 7th. It's 1 hit, 1 left on base, no runs. We go to the top of the 8th. What a game. And leading off is going to be the pitcher for the Cards. And it looks like they've got Willis warming up in the bullpen, and they're going to pinch hit. They're going to pinch hit Phil Gagliano. So Gags, if you will, is going to pinch hit. And he's coming in there. So it's Gags for Washburn, leading off the inning. And then the new pitcher is going to be Willis. And we're rolling for Gags. Whoa. All right, 3-8. 3-8 for Gags, and that's going to be a ground ball, sharply hit, but right at the shortstop. Stanley handles it easily over to first, and that's 1 away. It's Lou Brock. Lou Brock is 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts. He walked, stole a base, and scored a run. And, yep, against Patterson here. Let's flip his card. Let's get his card going. Put it in the right place. So we don't have any mistakes, any more mistakes than we normally have. All right, so it's going to be a 6-10. 6-10 is going to be a line drive base hit for Lou Brock. And he's always a danger to go. And he goes. And he's safe. Throw comes in late. Tag is late. Not even close with that kind of speed. So it's a single by Brock. He's at second. And 5-4, St. Louis here in the top of the 8th. So Patterson's still in there. Hey there, man. Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Just mellowing out a little bit here with this game. Chilling out. It's a pretty long game, so it's probably going to be the only game. It's getting close to 11 now. Past my bedtime for tonight. I know I've played games past midnight and up to 2 in the morning, but sometimes you can do that, sometimes you can't. So it's going to be Patterson with the runner on second base. It's a 4-7. It's a strikeout, strike 3. Swung right through that one. 2 out now. That's to be Roger Maris. Roger Maris is 2 for 3. Singled twice, scored a run, walked, and popped up to the third baseman. And it's a 6-5. All right, take care. It's a 6-5. It's a pop-up to the right side. And that's going to be the first baseman, Cash. He calls for it. And that's all she wrote for the top of the 8th inning. They leave 1 on in scoring position. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. The score is St. Louis 5 and Detroit 4. All right, so pitching for the Cards is Willis. Ron Willis. Let me tell you a little bit about him quickly. He was 2-3 with a 3.38 ERA and 64 innings pitched. And he's going to be pitching, relieving Washburn, who did a pretty decent job, hung in there. Did give up 4 runs, but they were both on 2-run home runs. Other than that, he was pretty steady. Got the last 6 outs. Actually, he didn't. He gave up a single to Stanley in the 7th. Storm Cash. And it's going to be 6-9. 6-9. It's going to be a fly ball. Brock. 1 away. Horton is 2 for 2. Singled twice. He walked and scored a run. And it's 4-7. 4-7. Strike 3 on Horton. Strikes Horton out. It's going to be Willis, Ron Willis against Northrup. Northrup batted .264, 29 doubles, 7 triples, 21 home runs. So not too shabby. 20 home runs in 1968. It's not like 20 home runs today. Whichever utility guy playing, half the season hits 20 home runs. And it's 4-2, so that's off the pitcher's card. It's going to be a fly ball to deep right field, and K-Line goes back. That's an 18. It's an X. So we're going to have to check K-Line, but K-Line's a 1. And K-Line is going to misjudge that ball, and it goes off his glove and into the corner, and he's going to get it in quickly, but that's going to be a 2-base error on the right fielder. Oh, a huge, wait a second. No. It's not K-Line out there, it's Maris, and Maris is a whole different story. I'm sorry about that. Okay, Maris is a 2, and that 18 is going to be caught. Maris makes an unbelievable catch. My goodness. All right, that was an alternative reality play. My eyes aren't what they used to be, that's for sure. Okay, and now it's Orlando Cepeda in the top of the 9th. And it's going to be Darrell Patterson. Got to look at his fielders, get all this in place before I start. All right, Orlando Cepeda. And it's a 3-5 4-3. It's going to be a ground ball, hard hit, ground ball, right at Stanley, over to first, 1 away. McCarver is 1 for 4 on the day. He singled and scored a run. And it's 5-10. And that's a fly ball, center field. Center fielder is Northrup, and he is a 3, I believe. Let me double check that. He's actually, the shortstop's actually a much better. Mickey Stanley's a 1, and Northrup, I believe, is a 3 in center field. So let's look at that quickly. McCarver, it's a 5-10, and that's going to be a center field X. It's a 1, and he's a 3, and that's going to be an out. Okay, a nice catch by Northrup. And it's going to be Shannon. Mike Shannon is 2 for 4. He hit a 2-run home run in the 7th inning, giving the Cards a 5-4 lead against Patterson. And it's 4-3 strikeout. So that's a second strikeout. And we go to the bottom of the 9th. 5-4 Cards. It's going to be Willis against Freehand, the pitcher spot, and Magic. So we're going to color all this in blue because I know he's staying in there. So Freehand is batted .263 with 24 doubles, 2 triples, and 25 home runs. Take a look at that. Not too shabby for a catcher. And 6-3, that's going to be off Willis's card. 6-3 is a fly ball, left field, but it's an X. And Brock is a 2. We rolled a, turn that around, it's a 6, an upside down 9. And a 2 is going to be caught by Brock, 1 away. And it's going to be a pinch hitter for Detroit. Pinch hitter for Detroit is going to be Gates Brown. Gates Brown, tremendous hitter. You got to see this card. Tremendous pinch hitter. 92 at bats, but he hit 7 doubles, 2 triples, 6 home runs, and .370 batting average. I think he would have won the batting title because in '68 didn't Yastrzemski win it with a .301 batting average? So all you have to do is, get another 500 at bats or 400 at bats, and he would have been the batting title winner if he would have kept up that average, which wouldn't have happened, of course. Anyway, all right, so it's Gates Brown, bottom of the 9th, 1 away, score 5-4 Cardinals. Let's see what happens here. Gates Brown, we're going to pencil him in. Brown for Willis, right? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Brown for Patterson. Did a pretty good job. And here goes. He's going to be a B. Actually, he's going to be, it's all right. He's going to be an A. Well, doesn't matter. All right, here goes. Gates Brown, 5-4 game. He's got some power. Look at his home run numbers. He's got 4-5, 3, 4, 5. And he's got a 6 on a 1. 6 is a number you roll. It's going to be a 1. Oh, just missed it. It's a 7. It's a line drive base hit. Gates Brown on at first with a single. And he's out, so he shouldn't be there. And where's Magic? Oh, Magic is there. All right, Magic is not much of a hitter. 203, 6 doubles, 2 triples, 3 home runs. He has a little bit of power and 200 at bats. Let's see if we roll a 4, roll a triple to tie it. See what happens here. I don't know that I have anybody much better than this. I have minimal players on the bench. I got Trzaskowski, batted 150. I don't even know if he played in this World Series, actually. Trying to kind of play the guys that I have that played. And that's it. That's it. That's all I have. So there's like 3 batters that I can as subs, and so Magic is going to have to bat. So let's see what happens here against Willis, still in there. It's going to be a 5-9 against Willis. It's going to be a fly ball. Flood. He gets there, and that's 2 away. And we go to the top of the order. McCullough, who is 1 for 4. He singled and scored a run in the first inning. And McCullough, let's look at what he can do. He's 24 doubles, 10 triples, 16 home runs, and batted .249. So he's got some power. He's got some triples on him. So Brown should be able to score. Brown is going to be a 1-16. So we're going to try to score him on a double. And it's a 3-8. See what happens. This is exciting. 3-8. Oh, ground ball right at the shortstop, Maxville. Maxville flips over to the second baseman for the force, and that's all she wrote. And the Cardinals go up 3-0. Man, Detroit fans are not going to be happy about this at home at Tiger Stadium. Not a happy situation or a bright situation for the Tigers. All right, so I hope you had fun watching me and watching the game and watching the die rolls and watching the cards and learning about the players. 1968 World Series Game 3 from the Combat Painter Winner Tabletop Baseball channel. Signing off. Have a good night, guys. Be good.